Welcome to KSP. This is the beta 0.90 of my modded career series, and a number of things have happened since I recorded the last episode, so let's briefly go over those. Tracking center time. Looking at my list of missions, flags, satellites, and other such things, you'll notice I don't have Moonshot 3 anywhere in here. I cleaned it up. How I did that is I went over to my station, chilling out in slightly not equatorial orbit around Minmus, and I took one of the two crew return vehicle units that were on it, and I sent it off in a wild goose chase to intercept Moonshot 3 before the crew on the transfer vehicle could run out of food, air, and water. Food was the limiting factor. I only had 32 days worth of stuff. And trying to make a prograde intercept with the prograde orbiting Moonshot 3 resulted in me having an intercept in 38 days, which would kill my crew. So I had to burn hard, go retrograde, and meet up with Moonshot 3 somewhere around the vicinity of Moon's orbit. Like out here somewhere. So that wasted a bunch of delta V, but the thing comes with 2,000 meters per second on tap, and getting from Minmus to out around here in this high orbit doesn't really require a lot of fuel, so it worked out okay. The other thing which I ended up doing is, because I had a bunch of science stored up in Minmus Station, when did the crew return to KSC, I got a bunch of science, which was very, very, very appreciated. So let's take a look at the science tree, find out what we got here. I have only 2 items left in the 300 part category. I'm locked out of the 550 point stuff because I'm only tier 2, and trying to upgrade to tier 3 I am significantly short on the amount of money I have, so that's not going to happen. So what it is that I can do is try to finish up some of these active contracts. I tried this mission here, but the D-Magic Orbital Science Mystery Goo unit that I selected for the satellite didn't satisfy the requirement of the mission. I need to have an actual stock Mystery Goo unit, which kind of sucks. So I have to relaunch that mission. Then I have this mission here, which I believe I've completed some of it. The magnetometer scan and RPWS scan in high orbit. I gotta do the low orbit stuff, and I gotta sit in a proper orbit for some time. So I think what we're going to do today is we're going to toss up another little satellite to satisfy one of those mission requirements, because I don't believe you can do both. So I have the new thin octa-core probe, but I like the hex probe because it has slightly better SAS torque force, although it's really not much. So let's go ahead and make ourselves a probe really quick. My probes are fairly simple. I don't get very complicated. I'll toss on a large battery. Sometimes I'll put it on a small inline reaction wheel, but I won't this time. Let's select a... how big is this one? Let's do the 108 unit one. So, and then we'll put a 20 kilonewton engine on it, which gives me off the pad 2WR. I could get this into orbit. It would be kind of funny to do, but... so we won't try that. Actually, you know what? I just realized something. These large rechargeable radio batteries do not count as having mass. So what do you say we throw those on? We'll kind of clip that in just a little bit. Let's go fine mode here. There, that looks legit, right? Okay. Now because I'm operating way up by Minmus, I need a good transmitter. So let's use the Reflectron KR7. I don't need 3 of them, thanks. That was... so once again I'm recording KSP when I haven't had morning coffee or breakfast, so hopefully this goes fairly well. The other thing I'm going to need for this unit is some solar panels. I like these. They're fairly cheap. I'll toss 6 of them on there. They kind of shroud the probe. Although I don't have a remote, or not remote, yeah, of course I have remote tech. That's kind of why I need this thing. I don't have far or near, so I don't have to worry about this not being shrouded and ripping itself apart. I'm really looking forward to the update that will make far pretty much a requirement. Well, not a requirement. It'll pretty much be coded in the game. Although it won't be known as far. It'll be something else entirely. So stand by. That'll be fun. I think at this point I can get by with a 230 kilonewton engine. Let's see. Yep, that's a little low, but not excessively so. The other thing I have to worry about, which I will remove this guy momentarily, is comms while I am on my ascent. So we'll take the dipole antenna and we'll just rotate it so it's sticking out of the base of the fuel tank. So that's always on, and then I'll put on the Communicatron 32, and I'll put you on down there also. Don't know how valid that is as a concept to have your antenna stuck in your shroud right by your engine. I'm sure the engine exhaust would still ping against it and mess up your antenna, but yeah, I'm not really caring. So I'm going to rely on gimbaling torque or gimbaling range of the engine to help steer, because I don't have a flywheel besides the 0.5 unit flywheel that I have here. So let's name this piece of junk. And if I can type today, this surveyor 2. Alright, now let's review mission requirements, because I hate when you try to do something and you screw it up. So I need a magnetometer, and I need an RPWS. I also need a goo canister. Oh, this is a surface one. Well, that's not going to work. Okay, this is one here. Mr. Goo unit. Alright. Okay, so guess what? I need to redo this just a little bit. Like, actually not a little bit, I need to do it quite a bit. So let's select that. No, we're just gonna, I want to use some demagic, or not demagic, I want to use some universal storage components, but I can't do that very well with that stock fuel tank. I don't know where I'd put it. So I'm looking for, here we go, a small plate. Good. Alright, and now we're going to put on our universal storage adapter widget, like so. And now we're going to go to science, and we're going to find some equipment. So I need a magnetometer. Check. I need an RPWS. These are kind of expensive, but not unusually so. I mean, this alone is 12,000 credits, which really just bloated the cost of my rocket quite a bit. Alright, so another idea I can try. One of these is a fuel tank. High plane. Well, it's not really a whole lot of it. Yeah, these are not going to really do much for me. Although I could get rid of these batteries by stashing batteries into science bay. I think what I'll end up doing is tossing some more science equipment. We'll toss a Science Junior on there. I said in there. There we go. And I think I have an idea on how to do my goo canister without making it look silly. So let's go back over here. Take a look at this guy. Open this guy up. And now our goo canister will actually fit inside the unit. And it's kind of, more or less. And I can still click on the unit from there. So all I need now is a fuel tank, and we're set. I said fuel tanks. Sleepy KSP player is sleepy. We'll go with the same size we had before. Alright, there. Now it's nice and, well, not quite totally tucked in there. So let's go ahead. We're in fine mode. Good. We'll just clip that in there just a little bit. In fact, I can just hide it completely. There. Perfect. My goo canister's in there. And I can still get to it by clicking on it here, because the universal storage specific one doesn't want to work with me today, which is a bummer. Okay. So that's it. Now I have 6.187 kilometers per second of delta V. This might be enough. Should be enough. Alright, launch it. So I'd record more often, and I was recording more often when I had this room to myself and before my wife found Destiny to be a cool thing. But, oh, you know what? That's not going to work. That's why. I got rid of that fuel tank the first time. I got rid of my 2 radio transmitters that were down there. The always on, deflectron, and my longer range one. So we have to fix you. Yes, these guys. If I can click on it. Right there. Right there. Oh, that's a small one. I want that one. I want the... Yes. Eats up a little more battery, but it has a much larger omnidirectional range. Okay. There we go. We're good. So this should satisfy both mission requirements. Minmus pays out pretty well, I found, which is why I'm really wanting to do this, because I need the money for my R&D center. So we're going to launch. Not sure if I want to time accelerate through this or edit some of it out. I may edit some of this ascent. You'll know if it skips. If I can figure out how to edit the video properly. I had issues with that the last time. The other thing that I installed recently was trajectory, because I am an absolute scrub and have issues trying to get back to KSC from the moon or beyond. I said, you know what, I saw other people using this and it seemed to work pretty well. Let's try that out. And it works pretty well. I actually landed a crewed capsule right around here by the launch pad, and I landed a satellite out, or another crewed mission right over here. And I was just strictly looking at the map, because the satellite, the capsule I landed in the water didn't have landing legs, so I was kind of hesitant to just smash that into the ground. So it worked fairly well. Had to back off the throttle there for a bit. Hey chicken, I bet everybody missed you, huh? Not. Funny story, I live in Oahu, one of the most populous island on Hawaii, the state of Hawaii. And if you go to Kauai, which is, or Kauai, yeah, Kauai I think, which is the one that got slammed by Iniki a couple of years ago. Chickens are everywhere. They just run around random. Here in Oahu, they don't do quite that. The one that you're hearing is my neighbor's. So they have a couple chickens, and I guess they have them for eggs and whatnot, which is a cool thing. It's kind of a sustainability thing. And I had chickens growing up when I was a kid, and they all died. Possums love chickens. So I would play with the chickens, and they would chase me around and try pecking my fingers and being irritating to me, because they didn't like me very much, so we barely got along. Okay, I'm pretty sure this stage won't push us out into space, but let's just go ahead and go full throttle just to speed that along just a bit. I'm not terribly worried if it doesn't. That'd be nice. There we go. Perfect. Alright, so we'll throttle off. Get rid of you. Nice and dark, no one can see a thing. Oh gosh. This is going to be a bloopers reel. What important thing did I forget to bring on this thing? Solar panels! Yeah, that was genius. Putting that science equipment on, it really messed up my train of thought. Maybe if I hadn't been busy chatting with y'all, would have been better. Let's do down here. I like 6 because why not? I don't have the VAB unlocked to allow me to do custom action groups. They're all missing. I mean, I could pick one. I mean, I could say brakes, toggle the panels. I mean, that's kind of a way to do it. I've been like using a brake key, but I really don't want to do that because I get in the habit of doing it. Then I might actually have a rover with brakes and end up deploying something on accident when I hit the brakes. Yeah, that might not be cool. I don't know. We'll see. I just want to get 3 million credits so I can go ahead and upgrade my science center, and because by the time I get that 3 million credits in the bank, I will, so I'm like 2.4 short or something, I will probably have a whole bunch of science to spend. That looks better, doesn't it? So yeah, anyway, Kauai has chickens everywhere. Oahu does not. They have them more or less as pets. Occasionally you see a stray chicken, but they're everywhere in Kauai, which is, well, it's kind of a local flavor kind of thing. It feels like Hawaii. So, although chickens are not native to Hawaii, they were brought here. But very popular. Everyone likes eggs. Get the big 18 count containers at the store for pretty cheap. Actually, it's like $5 or something. Well, I don't know what pretty cheap is anymore since I've lived here for so long. I think, you know, $3 for a gallon of gas is cheap. Because I remember when it was $2 a gallon here. That was like 10 years ago. No, more than that. It's like 14 years ago. I was like, oh wow, it's under $3. I'm like, okay. It's under $2 on the mainland. Oh, the price to pay in paradise. Kind of getting over a flu. Didn't feel very well Saturday when the last time I recorded. Then the flu hit me pretty good, and I was out Sunday, Monday, and I'm still kind of feeling the effects of it. Chest is a little sore, body's a bit achy, but oh well. KSP doesn't require much in the way of physical endurance to play unless you're doing some grueling 24-hour marathon like some people, but that's not me. I'll do a few hours at most and that'll be it. Man, what are you tripping out for, dude? How about we just go prograde now? Back off some. Don't cut our trajectory. Yeah, so this is what the thing does. It shows you you're going to land here. It shows you your adjusted thing. I don't know, it doesn't like... Okay, so it's going to say I'm going to splash down here, but by the time I get there, the planet will have rotated this point to be there. So, full-powered engines, we need to get this into orbit, or out of the atmosphere. And it won't make it this time. The additional mass of the midget engines, or the solar panels, tripped me up. But that's okay. We can do it. I'll have enough delta V once I get to min-miss to adjust my orbit and all that fun stuff. So that's an orbit, or that's out of atmosphere, but let's do 73. Like so. Before I lose contact with KSC, we will activate you. Hit that brake key, bam, I get all the solar energy I want. I'll leave this off until I get my orbit situated, my min-miss injection burn. I will then have to turn it on because I won't have comms without it, unless I get really lucky and remember as I pass by some of these geosync satellites. I have 4. These two are too close together. These two are fine. I could probably push this guy out this way here. And that would be good. So these have a link with each other, but these do not. Oh, I was thinking. Oh, they do have a link. Why don't you have a link? What's up with you, man? SATCOM issues are always so much fun. Oh, hello. I'm busy chatting away and my stinking satellite is all like, hey, yo, dude, we are in the atmosphere. Yeah, that's an abort. Guess what? Blooper reel number 2. We can just revert that to launch. Maybe I need to do this after I eat breakfast and after I've had coffee and after I've woken up. Some zombified right now. Well, proof that I'm human and I can screw up just as well as anybody else. I can screw up better than half you guys. Well, no, I probably can't. I've seen some very interesting rapid unplanned disassemblies on the Facebook group that I help manage. Twitchy promoted me to admin, which is kind of cool. So I get to basically, I change the about page and a few other little tidbits, and I can pin posts. And basically wear the admin hat, but I really don't like wearing the admin hat. I like participating. So, where was I going with that? Holy crap, I'm tired. I'm going to not edit this at all, strictly because, oh, that's what it was. I saw rapid unplanned disassembly on the launch pad. So he recorded it with his cell phone. He didn't have recording software on his computer, which is fine. And he said, this isn't normal or something like that. And you saw the rocket, as the physics took place, start shaking back and forth, and then kaboom, it blew up in the most spectacular fashion imaginable. I was like, wow, that was impressive. I have had one instance kinda like that, but it only took an effect when I stabbed the space bar to fire off the engines. Okay, we can go full throttle, do return. Yes, chicken, we know. I screwed that up. Chicken scolding my flight skills. I think I'll call him Bob. I don't even know what the chicken looks like, really, because the neighbors have this. We have a chain link fence separating the properties, and there's a lot of growth over the fence, I guess. It makes a nice little quaint, naturalistic privacy screen, because if you had it all chopped down, it'd be like, wow, there's some trees there. It's nice and shady in this corner of the house. It'd be shadier if they hadn't chopped down the tree to the east, or the west rather. But the north side is nice and shady and dark. It's kind of cool. Yes, chicken likes the shady corner he's in. Because it helps them out too. They don't have to worry about getting all hot and stuff. This looks like a better ascent, actually. I might get this out of atmosphere just on this stage alone. Yes, I will. We'll just run it out. Okay. I think we're high enough up we can hit brakes. Okay, can I finally do this right now? Maybe I should program this stupid maneuver. Okay, now once I turn this guy on, I no longer need this guy. There. If I actually pay attention to it. Instead of paying attention to some other junk on the screen, I'll pay attention to my satellite. So it's got links with a bunch of stuff because that transmitter just turned on. Alright, so now that's on. I'm going to do a burn. And shove this thing in orbit. Can I do it? Node, execute. Oh wow, I have to do this burn like right this minute. Kill that. What am I facing down for? What the heck? Alright, kill that. Basically, I have to do this burn like right this minute or I'm gonna die. Because this thing's kind of underpowered. That's right, it doesn't need to be really overpowered. I think I'll make it. I think we'll be okay. So I got 20 seconds roughly to AP. I gotta pick up another 300 or 500 and change. It's about 400 down. And if I don't like it, I can just bump up and I'll watch my ETA to apoapsis fall down not so fast. Okay, almost there. Okay, passing prograde. Nope, I don't think I'm passing prograde yet. This will be kind of cutting it close for my... So by just bumping it radial out, I shift the AP out away from me. So now I don't have to worry about it because it's running away from me now. So yeah, this is very underpowered. Probably could have made a slightly, pardon me, a slightly larger lander or probe. Good enough. Alright, so I'll need about 200 for the angle change. Wow, I'm really cutting this close. Maybe I should have built this. No, not that one. I wonder if I can do both. Let's see what happens if I try to do both. Combine my maneuvers. Surprise moon counter. A bit shy. Oh, almost perfect. Well, I need 970. Hey, you know what? Let's do that. So rather than... And that kind of puts me in a weird polar orbit, but that's alright. Kind of a hyperapsis, but that's alright. It's okay. Oh, it's doing it now. Quick speed you up. Normally I do the 1-2 thing. I do the inclination change as a separate maneuver, and then I do my kick out burn. I know it's more efficient to do it combined. It's just a matter of timing. Let's see if I get it there. Oh, not quite. Now let's manually shove this around. Okay, we're getting real close. So what I'll do is I'll throttle this down a bunch. My cat wants to say hi. Okay. Alright, I can course correct that. Okay, my perhaps is it's beginning to rise. So yeah, I'm on the edge. I'm on the fringe of min-miss. So let's back off just a hair. So it looks like I'm missing it and catching it on the way back, which means I could do a radial out. I could do a counterclockwise burn around here to shift this out that way. Okay, that's about as close as I'm going to get it, I guess. Alright, so it's going to be cutting it close. Okay, we'll turn you up all the way because we'll need you in a few. Chicken thinks I'm stupid for trying this. Oh yeah. Remember what I mentioned about this guy? Target Kerbin and activate. Now since I have a bunch of solar, I think I picked like 12 or 13 units a second, which is more than sufficient to keep all the transmitters alive. But I also have to worry about recharging these battery packs. So that's why, that's the thing. Okay, now what happens if I play... Oh, I can't even do it. Cat, I'm not talking to you right now. Alright, so if I do a burn here, shifting my orbit that way, it actually messes me up. Okay, so yeah, never mind that. I'll just do it. do it when I get there. That'd be good. Here comes min-miss. Speeding right along. Going quite a bit faster than I am right now. Okay, and I don't have comms yet. Can I get comms, please? Alright, so there's comms. We need to retrograde ourselves, like, right this minute. By quite a bit, actually. Not quite that much, though. Messy. This isn't going to leave me a whole lot of room for maneuvers. Alright, so let's do that. Node. Execute. Is it doing it? It is. Okay, so I'm going to go like that, and then bam, it'll burn. Not a whole lot of delta V left to do what I need to do here. Okay, so I need to have magnetometer scan and RPWS scan. Well, these 27 eccentricity, that would definitely be it if I did it. Another one. Designated orbit around min-miss within marginal deviations. This is going to be the hard part since I have so little fuel. Because the orbit I need to be is this purple or blob right here. Which means if my velocity is really low, I should be able to do... Oh, once I kill that. I'll line up the orbit so it's looking at it edge on. I need to be here. No, I need to be there. And now I need to be going... Which way am I going at all? Okay, so I need to be going that way. It really doesn't give me a lot of fuel for that. That's really cutting it close. I'll have 40 meters per second delta V left to do this thing. We'll try it anyway. Okay, now what I'll do now, let's go retrograde. Lower ourselves down to touch that PE line. The probe's going to try to go retrograde. It's kind of funny. There. That'll fix you guys up. I think what I need to do is I need to get it within low orbit first to satisfy my RPWS contract. I don't think that's enough. I think under 30. Okay. So when I speed around to hit the low side, I can do my instrumentation readings I need to make, and I'll get paid for that contract in 2 days. Everything's spinning around like crazy. Not gonna get blocked by that. Okay, high in space. Oh, come on. I'm too high? Oh, near space. I gotta hurry before I lose connectivity and get occluded. New. Log. Log. Transmit. Transmit. And I just got paid. Alright. 200 science that I don't have much left to spend on. Alright, so now I need to go about doing this. I don't really want to sit here and babysit it the whole time. Yeah, that's actually going to work. And I think my inclination's a little bit off. Oh, other way. .5 meters per second? Sure. And we'll execute that when we get there. Oh no! I basically gotta wait before I hit execute. I just lost connectivity before I could hit execute, so I gotta get it back. Alright, there we go. Execute. Yay! It fixes my inclination and gets my periapsis correct, and then it's a matter of lowering my apoapsis and I get paid. We can do this. This is very possible. And so let's do my lowering burn. Oh yeah, look at that. Let's slow you around a little bit. Kick you out just a, it's very touchy. Aw, you're kidding me. I'm just shy. Oh, that's a bummer. I'll reset that. What if I do my rotating burn now? Okay, so how much do I need to lower my periapsis? Just the periapsis. No, I don't know what to do. Just the periapsis alone is 17. You know, that actually might be close enough. Okay, that's what my 16.51 gets me. Well, I guess we're going to see that. If it's within specs, I'll be okay. If it's not, then I'm stuck. Do it. Do this burn. Okay. Let's see here. Bummers. Okay. Let's just see if I can ease into that. Oh, I did it! I did it! I got paid. All right. Sweet. So that's that. I think that's gonna wrap it up for this episode because, well, let me check on my station. I only have the 3 orange suits on here now. I took the other 3 guys